I was not surprised by Papadopoulos, the deal he got and how it was structured, because he was really such a low man on the totem pole. And for anybody out there, a lawyer who knows, for all of you sitting at the table, the way they build these cases is from the bottom up. Whether it's a 1,000-kilo cocaine case down in the valley, whether it's a white-collar case, whatever the case may be, the way the feds operate is they believe they have a charge, they allege a factual basis, they indict multiple people, 5, 6, 7, sometimes 20 people in a singular indictment. And they work their way up, and they try to get the guys on the bottom to flip on the ones on the top. And so when they did that with Papadopoulos, not a big shock. Then they came to Flynn. And you could tell he was cutting a deal from the very beginning. And then we heard about him making the withdrawal from the joint defense agreement, which was assigned to everybody with a bar card who's ever done anything like that. Oh, he's about to turn.
It's coming.
Sure. And sure enough, within 48 hours or whatever, we get, this nice little plea deal that was filed. And
I know why you're shocked too.
I am stunned because this is a defense lawyer's dream, a cross-examination dream, because the deal that Mike Flynn got is just unbelievable. First of all, there's been all this published about what Flynn did. Yeah. He's made millions of dollars.
Different things.
He didn't report income from Turkey. He may have made.
They were conspiring to kidnap a guy.
Right. Now it comes out he may have been these text messages about they're going to kill the Russian sanctions, and then he might have been funneling money to business associates in Russia.
Right, he's going to make a fortune.
So he made millions, potentially made, or could have made more millions on this thing. And what do they charge him with? They charge him with making a false statement to an FBI agent. A violation of
smallest thing. With a 5-year cap.
5-year cap. But it gets even better than that, because in the plea agreement, and this is not your normal plea agreement, ladies and gentlemen. It is not
your normal investigation
at all. It's not, but they give him, they set forth what his estimated guideline levels are. I've only seen that maybe a handful of times.
I've had it recently, actually.
Yeah, it happens.
And it helps insure.
But have you ever had them agree to a 6?
No. But it's an insurance.
Have you ever had them agree that you get 2 points off from this?
Especially on the facts you just
and what you're saying to the audience is this guy got this great. Well, you say it. What you're saying.
Well, so he's, under the sentencing guidelines, the United States sentencing guidelines, which has all these different factors about loss amount, how much money you gain from the fraud, whether you were a leader or organizer. And
everybody gets hosed.
Everybody gets hosed, and everybody gets just
except for Flynn.
Except for Flynn, because he gets this.
Why do you think that is?
Because I think he's singing like a canary.
Of course.
But this also undercuts it because he gets a base level of 6. He gets 2 levels off. So basically, they've agreed that his sentencing guideline range is 0 to 6 months. Plus, he gets the opportunity to cooperate and get down off that. How do you come down off the lowest range in the guidelines?
I think it's unusual too, but here's my thought on why they did it. Because I know what you're saying. We cross-examine snitches. We love to cross-examine snitches, and this guy would be fun to cross-examine, all about all the benefits he got.
The millions of dollars, they're not even forfeiting anything.
I think that's a key
point. The big one is the forfeiture for me.
That's the biggest point, is that he gets to keep all his money. Now, how many times have you ever had a case involving, financial wrongdoing, fraud, money laundering, or whatever, and the defendant gets to keep his money?
Never.
I've never had that happen.
A lot of times, as long as, when the government doesn't know about the money.
But oftentimes they try to go after, separate assets of the wife and try and claim that it was community property.
Exactly. And so the fact that they're not even touching his money, to me, is incredible. And they're also, another hammer is they're not prosecuting his son.
No.
Who's also got a fair amount of exposure here too.
The threat of prosecuting his son was one of the incentives that got him to come to the table.
But along with everything else.
But I think the reason they gave him this sweet deal was because he is he's the John Dean of this case. In other words, he's the inside man who is going to be able to paint a roadmap of everything that was going on during the campaign once he got involved, and for the first however many days he was National Security Council of this nation, and it was 20 some odd days. I mean, he's in on everything, and his information, I think they view as extremely valuable. Not just that and look, they're not going to just have a trial and put him on. They're going to have a trial if we have a trial. And they're going to put him on, and they're going to have all kinds of things that corroborate that, because they're going to be going after other people. But they know that there's two people that probably won't flip, and that's the son and that's the son-in-law. They will not flip against Trump. So there's going to be other players. There's a White House full of players, if you think about it, right? There's a White House full of other people that they've been talking to, and they're going to be squeezing all those people by the you-know-what.
McFarlane and Hope Hicks.
All those. You think Hope Hicks wants to go spend 40 years in prison? I don't think so. I mean, she's 27, 28 years old, former model. I mean, you know.
But the question is, are they going to get the same sweetheart deal, or have, you know, some of these people been approached and turned it down? And so, I mean.
Well, I mean, look at Manafort. Manafort is sort of hanging out there, and I think Manafort has more charges.
Begging for immunity.
Yeah, he has more charges coming. And the thing that we're not talking about here is that as far as Flynn goes, while he got this great deal, there's this huge, giant hammer over his head of all these other charges.
Yeah.
If he's not 100% honest in the view of the government, which is a whole different area.
Well, I mean, I think that brings up a really good point.
It is. But this huge hammer is over his head, and they investigated Flynn. They spent apparently a lot of time investigating Flynn before they charged him, so they have all kinds of dirt on him. And we know that when a client debriefs, they have lots of test questions that they ask them to see if they're being truthful. My belief is that Flynn debriefed, and he passed all the test questions on all the dirt they had on him, and he told the truth on all that dirt, and that's why I got this deal, because they have all this, and this leads him to, he's the centerpiece of the next phase of this investigation, which is inside the White House. I mean, we were kind of on the periphery. I mean, Manafort was not there that long. He was in the campaign, right? And then gone. So we're really, when we're talking about as President of the United States, what was going on, and ultimately, what do they want to know? What do they want to know? What do they want to know? They want to know, what did the president know, and when did he know it?